The fallout from Jimmy Kimmel being suspended continues. These are your daily tacks. Yesterday evening, we covered the fact that Jimmy Kimmel Live was being suspended indefinitely by ABC for comments that Kimmel made about the Charlie Kirk assassination. The comments in question had to do with whether or not the murderer of Charlie Kirk was part of the right or not, and that, quote, many in MAGA land are working very hard to capitalize on the murder of Charlie Kirk. Following those comments, the FCC chair, Brendan Carr, called the comments truly sick and that he would be seeking responsibility for Kimmel, ABC, and Disney to be held accountable. Accountable for what? Spreading misinformation was the claim. Per the AP, he said the comic appeared to be making an intentional effort to mislead the public that Kirk's assassin was a right-wing Trump supporter. In short order, ABC has since suspended Jimmy Kimmel Live indefinitely. Now, Kimmel's contract is set to be up in May of 2026. With this present discourse surrounding the show, it's not hard to picture a scenario where, much like Stephen Colbert on CBS, that ABC chooses to axe the program. President Trump said on Truth Social, quote, "Congratulations to ABC for finally having the courage to do what had to be done." The verbiage suggests that the president harbored more long-standing issues with Kimmel and Jimmy Kimmel Live itself, which in and of itself is not a new news story. President Trump has gone after both The Late Show with Stephen Colbert, Jimmy Kimmel Live, Seth Meyers, and Jimmy Fallon, all of which have been very critical of his administration. The president continued on with NBC, claiming on social media that they should cancel Meyers and Fallon's shows alike. And there's a multifaceted approach we can take to the story. On one hand, this is the second late-night host who appears to have been cut for political purposes, or rather, not to antagonize the sitting administration. The second part of this story is that Kimmel is just another one of many who have been fired from their positions after speaking out following Charlie Kirk's assassination. Many individuals around the country who have made claims about Charlie Kirk in the wake of his assassination have been doxxed and since fired. Most of their claims having to do with characterizations of Kirk's character and nature of his content. Without question, Trump, his administration, and the right itself are seizing this as an opportunity to crack down on the opposite side of the aisle, both in media outlets who are critical of their administration and of persons who may disagree with some of their top platformers. These events draw into contrast the stark discrepancy of what it means to have free speech in the United States. We have said here on Tax that freedom of speech is not freedom from consequence, but those consequences seem to be more severe every single day, especially with this administration, who is using those tools to assert their own means. We'll keep you posted as the story develops, here on Daily Tax.